Prepare for a breathtaking journey through one of the most impactful chapters in the Book of Enoch. Here, the absolute power of the Creator takes center stage, bringing justice and purification to a world devastated by the actions of the Watchers and their descendants, the Nephilim. This is the pivotal moment where chaos begins to give way to divine restoration, with every decision made by the archangels filled with purpose and precision. Are you captivated by epic tales of judgment, celestial battles, and promises of redemption? This video is your gateway to explore profound mysteries that challenge human understanding and reveal the grandeur of the divine plan. Take a moment to like this content, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications so you won't miss the upcoming chapters of this fascinating journey through the Book of Enoch. And don't forget, share this video with friends who, like you, hunger for knowledge and revelations. Together, let's uncover every detail of this timeless account. Are you ready to witness the fall of the Watchers, the end of the Nephilim, and the dawn of a new era? Then join me as we delve into this narrative filled with power, mystery, and hope. Chapter 10 of the Book of Enoch recounts the beginning of the execution of divine judgment against the Watchers and their descendants, the giants, marking a pivotal turning point in the story. After hearing the cries of humanity's suffering and the pleas of the faithful angels, the Creator decrees specific actions to restore cosmic order and purify the earth from its overwhelming corruption. Divine instructions to the archangels. The Creator issues precise orders to archangels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel. Michael is tasked with imprisoning the leaders of the Watchers, including Semjaza and Azazel, in deep abysses, sealing them until the final judgment. Azazel, in particular, is condemned to a desolate region, covered by sharp stones, symbolizing eternal disgrace. The destruction of the giants. Gabriel is commanded to incite the Nephilim, the giants, to turn against each other. Consumed by the violence they unleashed, these colossal beings destroy one another, bringing an end to their reign of terror over the earth. This destruction is a critical step in purging their corrupt influence. The purification of the earth. Raphael is charged with healing the earth from the scars left by the Watchers and their offspring. This includes erasing their sins and restoring natural balance. The earth, ravaged by the destruction and moral decay caused by the giants, begins its return to its original state of purity. The final fate of the Watchers. The Watchers, once glorious angels, now face the full weight of divine judgment. Bound and imprisoned, they await the day of eternal condemnation, when they will be cast into eternal fire for their rebellion and corruption. The promise of restoration. At the chapter's conclusion, the Creator vows to renew the earth, blessing it and ensuring justice prevails. This moment symbolizes hope for humanity, which is granted a new chance to live in harmony with divine will. Chapter 10 stands as a monumental testament to divine justice, where chaos and corruption are met with decisive action, paving the way for the restoration of creation and the ultimate triumph of celestial order over evil. The heavens tremble as the Creator speaks, his voice resonating across the cosmos, a decree of unmatched power and justice. The Watchers, once luminaries of divine order, are now marked for eternal shame. Semjaza, Azazel, and their fallen brethren face their fate, no longer revered but cast into the depths of despair. Michael descends, his presence a force of unrelenting authority. Chains forged from celestial fire bind these betrayers, their cries of regret lost in the void. Azazel, the instigator, meets his ultimate condemnation. He is hurled into the wilderness, a barren wasteland scarred by jagged stones, each shard a testament to his rebellion. The skies above darken, mourning his fall as the earth groans under the weight of his shame. No light reaches him, only the crushing embrace of eternal isolation. Meanwhile, the Creator's gaze pierces the veil of time, his command reverberating to every corner of existence. Let justice reign. He declares, a judgment that will reshape the very fabric of creation. The Watchers' insidious secrets, once whispered into mortal ears, are now laid bare, exposed to the blinding truth of divine righteousness. The faithful archangels stand as harbingers of this cosmic reckoning. Their mission is clear, to restore balance and cleanse the corruption that taints the earth. The cries of humanity, Their despair and anguish have reached the throne of the Almighty. No longer will their suffering go unanswered. As the first steps of this divine plan unfold, the universe itself seems to shift. The stars burn brighter, their light a signal of hope for the oppressed. The judgment of the Watchers has begun, a cataclysmic prelude to a new order. This is not merely punishment, it is a purging, a preparation for the restoration of a sanctified world. The earth quakes as Gabriel descends, his form radiant with unyielding purpose. His mission is grim yet necessary, to turn the Nephilim, the monstrous offspring of the Watchers, against one another. Their size and strength, once symbols of dominance, now become tools of their own destruction. Clashes erupt, mountains tremble, and rivers run red with the violence of their demise. These giants, who had consumed the land and its people with their insatiable hunger, now face their reckoning. Gabriel's divine influence amplifies their wrath, twisting it inward. Brothers raise weapons against brothers, their roars echoing like thunder across the broken earth. The mighty colossi that once walked the land, unchallenged and feared, crumble into lifeless remains. Amidst the chaos, humanity watches with a mix of terror and relief. The shadows that loomed over them, the monstrous beings who had enslaved their existence, are no more. Yet, the devastation left behind speaks of the cost of divine retribution. Fields lay barren, forests charred, and the air is heavy with ash and sorrow. The heavens remain steadfast, their brilliance undiminished by the destruction below. For this is no act of cruelty, it is justice manifest. Gabriel's presence is a beacon, his actions a reminder that the Creator's plan, though harsh, is born from the necessity to restore balance. As the last of the Nephilim fall, their mighty forms crumpling into dust, the earth breathes a sigh of relief. This chapter of terror, of unchecked corruption, closes with a finality that leaves no room for doubt. The reign of the giants has ended, their legacy a cautionary tale of pride, rebellion, and divine reckoning. From their ashes, the seeds of renewal begin to take root, heralding a new era shaped by celestial hands. The earth groans beneath the weight of its scars, a barren wasteland crying out for redemption. Into this brokenness steps Raphael, his celestial form glowing with the light of restoration. His mission, to cleanse the earth of its corruption, to heal the wounds inflicted by the Watchers and their monstrous progeny. This is no mere task, it is a divine act of renewal. Raphael begins by purging the lingering iniquities of the Watchers and the Nephilim. Their dark influence, embedded deep in the soil and waters, is drawn forth and cast into oblivion. Rivers run clear where once they were tainted, and the air becomes pure, free from the oppressive weight of evil. It is as though the earth itself breathes anew. As Raphael moves across the land, the devastation caused by the giants begins to fade. Fields once trampled underfoot by their massive strides spring forth with new life. Forests, burned and broken, are reborn in vibrant hues of green. Nature, long subdued by violence and corruption, rises again, its harmony restored by the touch of the divine. Humanity watches in awe and trembling gratitude. The people, once enslaved by fear and chaos, now witness the power of redemption. They gather at the edges of Raphael's path, their prayers of thanks rising like incense to the heavens. They see not just destruction undone, but a promise fulfilled, that the Creator's justice is not only fierce, but also tender and restorative. As the final remnants of corruption are eradicated, Raphael ascends, his mission complete. The earth, though not yet perfect, is renewed. It stands as a testament to the Creator's unwavering commitment to balance and order. What was broken is mended, and what was lost is found. The stage is set for humanity to walk a path of righteousness once more. The Watchers, once resplendent in their celestial glory, now languish in the abyss of divine judgment. Sealed beneath the earth, they dwell in utter darkness, their cries for mercy swallowed by the silence of their prison. Their fall is complete, a stark reminder of the Creator's intolerance for rebellion and corruption. Azazel, the instigator of forbidden knowledge, lies in a barren, lifeless desert. Sharp stones cover his form, each jagged edge a symbol of his eternal shame. His influence, once pervasive, now festers in isolation, a testimony to the consequences of his defiance. The weight of his punishment mirrors the enormity of his transgressions. Semjaza, leader of the Watchers, is bound with unyielding chains in the deepest pits. The agony of his captivity is unending, an echo of the suffering his rebellion unleashed upon the earth. He is left to reflect on the glory he abandoned, consumed by the torment of his choices. Their prisons are impenetrable, forged by divine will and guarded by the unyielding decree of the Creator. The abyss becomes a realm of divine justice, a holding place for those who dared to challenge the cosmic order. These rebellious beings, once revered, now serve as warnings for all who witness their fall. Meanwhile, the heavens resound with the Creator's decrees, affirming the triumph of justice. The faithful rejoice, their loyalty vindicated as the scales of righteousness are balanced. The fate of the Watchers serves as a turning point, marking the end of an era of corruption and the beginning of renewal. This chapter closes with the abyss sealed, its captives isolated from the light of the Creator. The Watchers' punishment is both their prison and their legacy, a cautionary tale etched into the fabric of existence, reminding all of the cost of defiance. The Nephilim, the towering offspring of angels and humans, meet their foretold end in a maelstrom of violence. Once unparalleled in strength, their insatiable hunger and thirst for domination spiral into self-destruction. The giants, who once cast shadows over cities, now wage a final catastrophic war against one another. Gabriel's divine command sparks the chaos. The Nephilim, overtaken by blind rage, clash in a thunderous battle. Mountains tremble beneath their feet, and rivers run red as their colossal forms crumble. Their downfall is as swift as it is harrowing, a stark reminder that the Creator's justice is inescapable. Amidst the carnage, the land begins its healing. With each Nephilim that falls, the earth reclaims its stolen vitality. Forests breathe again, rivers flow unhindered, and the soil, once tainted by their presence, begins to renew itself. The destruction of these giants marks the restoration of the planet's natural order. The cries of humanity, once oppressed under the giants' reign, shift to awe as they witness the unfolding justice. Villages ravaged by the Nephilim are left in silence, their oppressors reduced to echoes of the past. The survivors are left to rebuild, their faith in divine justice unshaken. As the giants' numbers dwindle, their roars of defiance turn to pleas for mercy. Yet the Creator's decree is unyielding. Their eradication is necessary for the Earth's redemption, a cleansing that leaves no trace of their corruption. The chapter concludes with a solemn stillness. The once mighty Nephilim are no more, their legacy buried beneath the earth they terrorized. Their fall signals the triumph of divine will over chaos, setting the stage for the ultimate purification of creation. From their ashes rises the promise of a world restored, ready to embrace the Creator's justice. The earth trembles under the weight of the Creator's judgment as the vigilantes, once celestial beings of unmatched splendor, meet their irrevocable fate. Shackled by the decrees of the Almighty, their rebellion is silenced and their glory is stripped away. These fallen ones, who dared to defy divine law, face the full measure of justice. Michael, the Archangel of Battle, descends with unyielding resolve. He binds Simjaza and his cohorts in chains forged from divine authority, their cries echoing into the abyss. The ground yawns open as they are cast into the desolate depths, a prison where light dares not tread. Azazel, singled out for his unparalleled corruption, is hurled into a wasteland, his shame veiled beneath jagged stones, an eternal testament to his treachery. The heavens watch in solemn witness as the rebellious host is sealed away. No longer will their whispers of forbidden knowledge taint humanity. Their celestial radiance is now a dim ember, extinguished by the overwhelming brilliance of the Creator's judgment. The earth itself begins to heave a sigh of relief. The weight of their corruption, the unbearable chaos they unleashed, starts to lift. Humanity, though scarred by their influence, looks to the heavens, their cries for deliverance finally answered. The finality of the vigilantes' judgment is both harrowing and hopeful. Their imprisonment serves as a stark reminder of the Creator's unassailable justice and an assurance that no rebellion, no matter how grand, escapes divine reckoning. The chains that hold them are more than metal. They are the weight of their choices, an eternal bond forged by their own defiance. As the dust settles, the heavens prepare for the next phase of restoration. The vigilantes' defeat heralds the triumph of order. A resounding declaration that the Creator's sovereignty reigns supreme. The earth, scarred by the chaos of the giants and the rebellion of the fallen angels, begins its slow, painful process of healing. The land, once corrupted by the actions of the Nephilim, is now under the divine care of Raphael, the Archangel of Healing. With a compassionate touch, Raphael begins the task of cleansing the world of the devastating effects of the Watcher's sins. The remnants of the giants, their bodies broken and destroyed in the wake of their own violent nature, are scattered across the earth. Their once terrifying presence now serves as a testament to the havoc they wreaked. Gabriel, the mighty Archangel of Wrath, stirs the remnants of the Nephilim and compels them to fight against one another. Consumed by their insatiable hunger for destruction, the giants begin to tear each other apart, their monstrous forms crumbling beneath the weight of their own hatred. The earth shakes as they annihilate each other in a violent spectacle, eradicating the last traces of their dominance. As the giants fall, the land is slowly freed from the curse they brought. The purity of the earth begins to resurface, like a phoenix rising from the ashes. The once fertile soil, tainted by their corrupting influence, begins to renew itself, pushing away the scars of bloodshed and sin. The sky itself seems to clear, as if the heavens themselves are exhaling a collective sigh of relief. Yet there is no mistaking the severity of the moment. The purification of the world comes at a great cost, and the earth will never be the same. It is a reminder that even in the face of divine retribution, there is a glimmer of hope for redemption and restoration. As the dust settles, the Creator's promise of renewal echoes through the heavens. Humanity's second chance is at hand. The scene is set for the final act of divine judgment. The time has come for the fallen Watchers, those once glorious angels who betrayed the celestial order, to face their reckoning. The Creator, in his infinite wisdom and justice, has decreed that their time of freedom is over. No longer will they roam the earth, sowing discord and leading mankind astray. Miguel, the Archangel of Justice, is given the solemn task of imprisoning the leaders of the Watchers, Semjaza, Azazel, and their cohorts. With a force unlike anything the heavens have ever seen, Miguel descends into the abyss, his sword gleaming with divine power. He binds the fallen angels in chains forged from the very essence of the cosmos and casts them into the darkest corners of the earth. The earth trembles beneath their weight as the Watchers are sealed away, awaiting their ultimate judgment in the fires of eternity. As the Watchers are imprisoned, the Creator decrees that their judgment will come not only in the form of confinement, but in utter humiliation. Azazel, in particular, is condemned to a desolate place, surrounded by sharp stones and a deep pit. This physical torment serves as a symbol of the shame he has brought upon himself and the world. Meanwhile, the remaining Watchers, witnessing the fate of their leaders, know that their time is also coming to an end. They face an uncertain future, filled with dread and the knowledge that they too will one day face their eternal punishment. The earth, once marred by their presence, begins to breathe again. The land is healed, and the reign of terror comes to an end. This is the finality of the Creator's justice, a justice that no one can escape. As the fallen angels await their fate, a new era is on the horizon. The earth, now cleansed of corruption, prepares for a rebirth, and the heavens, having once again aligned, promise a new order where justice will reign and the balance of the universe will be restored. The time has come for the final reckoning. The forces of chaos, once unleashed upon the earth, now face the overwhelming force of divine justice. The great archangels, Miguel, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel, stand as the messengers of that justice, prepared to fulfill the Creator's will with unwavering precision. Gabriel, carrying the weight of divine command, is tasked with a mighty act of purification. The giants, the Nephilim, the offspring of the Watchers, are about to experience the full consequences of their existence. These towering beings, whose very presence had terrorized the earth, will be driven to self-destruction. Consumed by their own violence and insatiable hunger for power, they begin to turn on one another. In an apocalyptic frenzy, the giants fight, their colossal forms crashing together in a storm of rage. The earth shakes violently beneath their battles, each blow a reminder of their destructive legacy. But Gabriel's role is not to destroy the giants outright. He is the catalyst for their ultimate downfall. His presence stirs the violent passions within them, pushing them to the brink of annihilation. The once indomitable giants, now reduced to mere beasts in their fury, begin to collapse in on themselves. In their final moments, they are consumed by the very force they had once wielded so ruthlessly. The earth, so long under their shadow, begins to breathe once again, slowly purging itself of the devastation they had caused. Meanwhile, Raphael, the angel of healing, steps forward to restore balance to the planet. The devastation left by the Watcher's rule is immense, and the land is scarred beyond recognition. Raphael, with his divine power, begins the arduous task of healing the earth, removing the stains of sin and corruption that have marred its surface. The purification begins, slowly, methodically, as the earth begins to recover from the horrors of the past. The giants are gone, their reign ended, and with them, the influence of the Watchers wanes. The world, once again, stands on the brink of restoration. The divine order, long disrupted, now begins to return. The battle is far from over, but a new dawn begins to break over the earth, a promise of restoration and hope. The Creator, seeing the ruin and devastation caused by the Watchers and their offspring, delivers his final judgment with unyielding clarity. The time has come for divine retribution, a reckoning that will change the course of history forever. The archangels, each entrusted with their own sacred tasks, now carry out the Creator's will with unwavering determination. Miguel, ever the warrior, prepares to imprison the leaders of the Watchers, those fallen angels who defied the divine order and brought chaos upon the earth. Semjaza and Azazel, the most notorious of the rebellious Watchers, are bound by Miguel's divine power and cast into the deepest abysses, their fate sealed for eternity. The flames of judgment burn cold, and their names are forever erased from the memory of creation. Azazel, the embodiment of corruption and sin, faces an even more terrible fate. He is cast into a desolate place, surrounded by jagged stones that pierce his flesh, a symbol of his eternal disgrace. The punishment is severe, for his teachings led humanity astray, and his influence corrupted the very fabric of the earth. His fall is a grim reminder that no sin will go unpunished, no matter how powerful the sinner may seem. As the Watchers are sealed away, the earth begins to breathe once again. The land, once soaked in the blood of giants and corrupted by the teachings of the fallen angels, begins to heal. Raphael, the angel of healing, begins the task of purifying the earth's wounds, removing the corruption that had taken root. Slowly, the world is restored to its former beauty, though the scars of the past remain, a reminder of the chaos that nearly destroyed it. The fate of the Nephilim, the giants who were born from the union of the Watchers and mortal women, is sealed as well. Gabriel, with divine wrath, incites them to turn on each other. The giants, driven by their own greed and hunger for power, destroy themselves in a final cataclysmic battle. The earth trembles as their immense forms fall, their reign of terror finally coming to an end. The chapter ends with a powerful promise from the Creator, a new beginning. The earth will be renewed, purified, and blessed once more. The Creator's justice has prevailed, and the world will never again fall into the hands of the corrupt. A new era begins where divine order reigns supreme, and the shadows of the past are cast aside. The promise of redemption shines brighter than ever before. The silence after the chaos is deafening, a stillness that speaks volumes of the divine power unleashed upon the earth. The judgment that has fallen upon the Watchers and their offspring, the Nephilim, is not just an act of wrath, it is the restoration of order. The Creator's plan is now in motion, bringing with it both justice and mercy, and it is clear that no force in the universe can withstand his will. As the archangels fulfill their tasks, the earth begins to shift. The desolation that once plagued the land begins to recede, replaced by the first signs of rebirth. But it is not an easy restoration. The land still bears the deep scars of corruption, and the shadow of the Watcher's influence lingers. Yet it is undeniable. The Creator's intervention has begun to reclaim what was lost. Miguel, the leader of the heavenly hosts, continues his work, ensuring the imprisonment of the leaders of the fallen. Semjaza and Azazel, those who sowed the seeds of chaos, are locked away in the deepest abysses. But there is more to this than punishment. This is a purification. The abyss, with its endless darkness, is a place of reflection and remorse, and it is there that the Watchers will remain, isolated and broken. Meanwhile, the fate of the Nephilim, the giants that once roamed the earth, wreaking havoc, has been sealed. Gabriel, the Archangel of strength and wrath, incites them to battle among themselves. The Nephilim, incapable of peace, turn their immense strength against one another in a violent conflict that consumes them. Their reign is over, their bodies strewn across the earth as a testament to their destruction. Raphael, ever compassionate, turns his attention to the earth itself, healing the wounds that were left in the wake of the giants' destruction. The earth, once a battleground, now begins to breathe once again. The corruption that had infiltrated every aspect of creation is slowly eradicated, but the road to true restoration will take time. Though the earth is healing, the scars of the past will not fade easily. And yet, there is hope. The Creator, in his infinite wisdom, promises that this will not be the end, but the beginning of a new age. A time of peace and divine order. A time when humanity will have the opportunity to rebuild, to live in harmony with the divine plan. The earth will flourish once again, and the curse of the Watchers will be no more. It is a promise that echoes through the ages, a beacon of light, in a world that had once been consumed by darkness. The cycle of judgment has ended, but the cycle of restoration has just begun. The faithful angels, in their determination and obedience to the Creator, were ready to fulfill the mission of restoring order in the universe. But the weight of the impending judgment was heavy and immense. The Watchers, those celestial beings who had strayed from the divine path, now felt the approach of the end of their era of corruption. The sound of humanity's cry, now an echo in the realms beyond, reached the ears of the Creator. He heard the desperate cry of the righteous, and with his immense gaze, saw the urgent need for action. With the authority that transcends all creation, the Creator ordered the Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to execute the purification plan. Michael, as the commander of celestial justice, was the first to be entrusted with the task of imprisoning the leaders of the Watchers. Semjaza, Azazel, and the others who had corrupted themselves were condemned to remain in deep abysses, locked away until the moment of the final judgment. The weight of their transgression would be eternally reflected in the sharp stones that now covered their bodies, symbolizing the shame and eternal disgrace of their fall. Gabriel's task was no less monumental. He was charged with inciting the giants, the Nephilim, to fight among themselves. Consumed by the violence they themselves had sown, these colossal beings fought to their mutual destruction. The reign of terror they had caused finally came to an end, sealing the fate of these monsters and purging the earth of their malevolent influence. Meanwhile, Raphael, with his healing and restorative power, was sent to heal the earth from the scars left by the Watchers' corruption. His mission was to cleanse the earth of the violence, immorality, and destruction caused by the Nephilim, and restore the balance that had once been. The earth, marked by corruption, was now preparing to be healed and restored to its original condition, a clear sign of divine mercy. This chapter of the Book of Enoch is, without a doubt, a glorious representation of the Creator's power to redeem all of creation. The fall of the Watchers, the destruction of the Nephilim, and the purification of the earth are not merely acts of judgment, but of hope for a new beginning, where divine light begins to restore what was lost, and the cycle of destruction and corruption finally comes to an end. Get ready for the next epic chapter in this incredible journey. The divine judgment continues, and the story of the Watchers, the Nephilim, and the fate of the earth unfolds with even greater intensity in the next part of the Book of Enoch. The battle between good and evil is far from over, and the secrets of the heavenly realms continue to reveal themselves. Don't miss out on the next chapter, where divine retribution and the hope of redemption collide. Make sure to like this video if you've felt the power of the Creator's justice. Share it with those who need to understand the true consequences of straying from divine order, and subscribe to the channel for more thrilling revelations. Click the bell icon to stay updated because, trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. In Chapter 11, the Creator's plan for final restoration intensifies. You'll witness the continuation of celestial decisions, the purification of the earth, and the fate of those who defied the heavenly law. The Watcher's time is up, but the journey is far from over. Will the earth find healing, Or is the end just the beginning? Tune into the next chapter and discover the divine drama that unfolds. Join me on this fascinating exploration of the Book of Enoch.